fish is very good. I tasted a lot of fish. For the 2 days that I'm in here, this is the best. The fish is good.
Come to Brazil, Bruno, come to Brazil. Come to Brazil, Bruno, come to Brazil. Come to Brazil, Bruno, come to Brazil. Come to Brazil.
Start. Okay. All right. So I am in Brazil right now, in this beautiful country, but not in the city, out where the beaches are and out where the jungle is. And right now you can see what is around me. So lush, so beautiful. Very different from where I come from, Los Angeles. So how did I get here? Why am I here right now? I guess to introduce myself, in case you don't know me, I am a fine artist. I paint using oil, using a palette knife stroke. I am self-taught. Well, not exactly entirely self-taught. Self-taught and privately trained by my mentor. I paint oil, wet on wet, using the palette knife. My style is almost like a Van Gogh. I did not copy, mind you. I just was inspired by him and is still inspired by him and evolved to be that without even trying hard. So right now, through sheer passion, which started with a dream, I am now showing my art pretty much around the world. I show mostly in Europe. I have shown in the United States before, New York, Miami, Los Angeles, but now mostly in Europe. Portugal, Spain, Barcelona, many parts of Spain, Avila, Italy, Tuscany, Rome, places like that. So anyway, what am I going to start today? This is supposed to be the launching of my inspirational docuseries here in Brazil. And what an appropriate place to talk about inspiration. You go down to the root of life, which is nature. So I'd like to talk first about how I became an artist. I was really born this way. Many, many years ago, when I was featured on Shine and Hollywood magazine, the publisher asked me, "How did you become this way?" And I said to him that I was born this way. And he said that that is a very, sort of conceited way of saying it, but it is not conceited. What it is really is I was really born that way. And I believe in my heart that if you have it as a purpose to give back to the world, you have to own the God-given talents that God gave you, as well as recognize your weaknesses, which I have done. So I was born that way. At the age of 3 years old, I started drawing. My father would draw these fashion images, and on the paper there would be an imprint of his drawing, and what I would do is copy that drawing. Well, just trace it. And that's how I started. And I started drawing fashion women on my own. And then at grade 1, I was bored with a class because I was always bored. I had this picture of a dog, and I just started drawing it. And lo and behold, it was exactly the dog. So that's just how I developed to be. I never went to classes, and I just started doing it on my own. And then one day I was walking, and I passed by a gallery, and there was a portrait of a human being. And I said to myself, I like to do that. So I told my mom, I want to do that. She sent me to class. I took one class, and after that, I did it perfectly. And I started to draw portraits of many people during summer. However, in the Philippines, art was never really looked up with high esteem. Filipinos want to be doctors, engineers, nurses. So they did not encourage art. I don't know what it is now, but that was what it was then. So I had to choose, because every time I put my mind into something, my whole heart is into it, and therefore I cannot do two things at the same time, because one of them is going to suffer. It's either I do art or I do the practical money earning career. So at that point, early on in life, I decided that I will choose to be, at that time, I wanted to be a doctor. So I stopped doing art. And I stopped doing art for 20 years until I came to the US. So I am now in the US. I am a young mother. I had to abandon art for 20 years. I had to raise my kids, but our kids were still little then. And I had this boyfriend. He was a millionaire. And he would take me to galleries. He took me around the world, actually. And that's how my eyes opened to art again. However, the relationship didn't go well. And the artist that I am, I was already taking classes, by the way. He was the one who suggested that I take classes, revive my art talents. So I did. But the relationship didn't go well. So I had to, the artist that I am, when something happens, everything will be suspended. Anything creative stops. So I stopped. And eventually I decided to not to go on with the relationship. But in this particular art class, I was seated next to a psychologist. And I was so depressed and I was so down. I was so heartbroken. And I just needed a way out. So I asked the psychologist next to me, I said, "How much do you charge? I'm so depressed right now." She said, $160 per hour. And this was many, many years ago. So this is a lot of money. And I said, "Oh my God, that is expensive. I can't afford that." So I stood up. I went to the art teacher and I said to her, "I would like to do art as a career now, not just as a hobby." And she said to me, "Okay, I'll do that. I will mentor you. However, you have to promise me that you will work with me for 5 years." And the rest is history. I worked with her for more than 5 years. We became friends. And I painted a whole body of work. In the beginning, she said to me, "Charisse, you're not going to be a full-blown artist unless you paint 100 paintings." And I said at that time, "Oh my God, 100 paintings, that's too much." However, I did paint 100 paintings or more than 100 paintings, and I've sold most of them. I don't even know where they are, because I remember a few of where they are, because at that time I was not really systematic. I did not see it as a career. So that's how I evolved to be an artist. But before that, before I evolved to really painting, I just wanted to share with you that all of us as an artist have a path. And most of it, well, in life in general, it's usually, it has a lot of thorns thrown on the ground. Very few rose petals, a lot of rose thorns. My philosophy about being an artist is that art doesn't just start with a painting nor a sculpture. Art is an expression of anything that is from your heart.